Good afternoon and welcome to Chatty Walks with Angela. My name is Angela. We are just outside of Covent Garden tube station, looking down James Street towards Covent Garden. Today we are actually having a lovely look around somewhere slightly to the, to the north or the west, northwest of Covent Garden. We're doing 7 Dials. You may be able to pick up the atmosphere here. It's a hot June day. I think we're forecast 27 degrees today, which is quite hot, might be the hottest day of the year. And we are going to look around 7 Dials. Area of former slums, some of the worst slums in London, if not the country. Redesigned, redeveloped into what some people describe as Covent Garden's hidden shopping village. So we're going to have a look around, see if we can do a little bit of history, nose through some of the shop fronts. So here we have Brandy Melville, shop for the youngsters is Brandy Melville, not for us oldies. Come in for some criticism about the sizes. I know because my nieces have shopped there. I am here with Luke today. Say hello, Lukey.
Hello.
And I name Luke right now because we are outside of a Lola's Cupcakes. And we're quite fond of a Lola's Cupcakes, aren't we?
We are.
Let's just see what we got here. A mini box of 2 is £4.20 if you wanted to select any of those. Here's the Doc Martens shop. I think Doc Martens is on the resurgence again, unless I've only just caught up with that, in which case it's on its way out again. Sorry, Doc Martens. So this is Shelton Street, one of the original streets feeding into 7 Dials. I'll do some history shortly. There is always a whole load of traffic through here. Too much traffic, absolutely no space for people to fit through. And so you're trying to cross, getting a gap basically. As I said, it's lunchtime. People are having a lunchtime pint by the looks of it in the Crown and Anchor, which says on its sign 1904. We are on Neal Street. We will also be going along there, which is Earlham Street at a certain point. Let's do Neal Street for now. I should say, whenever I walk 7 Dials, I get lost. Every time. I can't seem to get my head around the layout. So sorry. Proper shopping haunt. Often the more unusual, independent sort of shops. I see a sign that says 7 Dials Trust. Henry Thomas Jim Cadbury Brown, 1913 to 2009, architect, lived and worked here, 64 to 82. Let's get on the pavement. This is Neal Street Espresso, speciality coffee. So if I stand this side, I can show you shops over that side. Astrid and Mew. Yes, I'm doing one of those videos where I go around just naming shops that I can see. Birkenstock. I think we'll cross into Shorts Gardens, which is another one of the streets that feed into 7 Dials. Lots of people taking pictures here. It's just a nice spot. So you saw that I started at the Covent Garden tube station, showing you down to Covent Garden, and all you have to do is sort of cross over and suddenly you're here.
If you're working on the weekend, you do like 5 days.
In many ways these days it's not that dissimilar. Lots of sort of shops and coffee shops and things like that. But we're going to walk along a building site, but there's somewhere I'm going to take you. Let's go through here. So it looks like they're digging up the paving stones or putting down the paving stones, one or the other. Right, let's go through here. Let's find ourselves a bit of Seven Dials Market. Here we go. Cucumber Alley. So this was an old banana, cucumber and book warehouse. See, we've got a lot of food outlets here now. Lots of people taking their pictures. Really, really popular. Dumplings. You can tell I go for the carbs. Right, let's come in here. So here we go. It says here, banana and warehouse. The necessary slow camera work. Just walk you through here. We just had a picnic lunch in Embankment Gardens with a band playing. There was a bandstand. But obviously you've got a place you can sit and eat. Plentiful food here. Here is the cheese bar. Loving that. Love. Banana. This is also handy, there are toilets in here if you ever need the loo. There you are, the site you are standing on or in once housed bananas. Whole pallet loads were picked green, shipped over from Central America and then stacked floor to ceiling to be ripened under this steel framed glass roof. And then we've got a piece here on markets of London. Markets were the birthplace of trade. If it wasn't for the buying and selling of goods dating back to prehistoric times, people wouldn't have begun congregating in public en masse. I got a real fondness for this place. Could go out that way, but let's come back through. Hope I don't get copyrighted for the music. Have a look down there. Warehouse bar. Right, let's come out the other side. I'm just going to show you down the bit we were just at before we leave. Tastes like London. I must admit it felt really London-y today. Just sitting in Embankment Gardens with a little mini orchestra band playing Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. It was quite surreal. Kind of liked it. Somebody got a bit of piano there. Okay, give me a sec because I want to actually move my bag because it's really uncomfortable on my shoulder. So hold on a sec as we walk this direction. And we're back at the Donmar. We seem to end up at the back of here.
I know that's not what you want.
Adventures in food and drink inside Seven Dials Market. Yeah, we know. Just been in there, guys and gals. Wherever you go, people eating. Here's Matilda. As we approach the central kind of sundial. I can give you a little history if you'd like some history. Look in the shop window here. Shoes. This land, okay, in the Middle Ages, so we take ourselves the escapologist. I don't know what that is. This land was actually the home of a hospital, the Hospital of St Giles, actually a little bit further north of here, around the St Giles area, which was a leper hospital, particularly treated lepers, and taken over. Guess who took over the land? Yep, Henry VIII, as he took over everything in 1537, and the Crown, so Henry VIII and his predecessors, let the hospital land on a series of leases. Just going to show you this. So this would have been a pub at some point, because every single ending point. So if you look, just try and stand you here without getting in too many people's way. So you have the narrowest point of each building is here at the end. And there was a pub at every one of these that led in. And then you have this kind of spokes poking outwards. Actually, I'm going to stay here and show you that. So there you are. This is a Taylor Walker Heritage Inn, the Crown.
Cheers, Mark.
So here is the supposed sundial. I will give you some history of that later. It's actually a rebuilt version because they knocked down the old one. Mostly because dodgy people were hanging around under it too much, although some people say that criminal elements thought there was treasure buried underneath. I don't think that's true. I think it was just knocked down. Right, let's go this way. We are now on Monmouth Street. So as I said, good old King Henry VIII took over a hospital, took the land, gave it out to his mates, and in 1690 William III granted Thomas Neal MP freehold of the land, which was known as marshland or cock and pie fields. Yep, cock and pie fields. Why was it called cock and pie fields? It's actually because that was probably a pub in the area. Shall we walk through here? Why are we walking through here? Why did I suddenly stop and cut through? It's because we're at Neal's Yard. Some people think Neal's Yard is a hidden gem, which I find extremely surprising given the amount of photos that you actually see of Neal's Yard, because it is one of the most photogenic spots in London. Here we are. And this is a classic picture that you will see of Neal's Yard. And I don't know if you can see up on that building is a blue plaque. Do you know what the blue plaque says? It identifies the location of the animation, editing and researching studios of Monty Python. And if you have a look up there, it says, you probably can't make it out, Monty Python, filmmaker, lived here 1976 to 1987. Isn't that great? Absolutely love that blue plaque's up there. And I hate to say, I have been here so many times and did not know that that blue plaque was there. So here we have the Neal's Yard Remedies, which I think quite a lot of people now recognise this place for. Loads of people here taking pictures. I always feel a bit bad that I come in here with my camera and get in the way of everybody else, because I've been here countless times. 26 grades. It's a bit hard to get a table to eat around here, I should say. It's pretty popular. This place was developed by Nicholas Saunders in the 1970s. It was literally a rat-infested, derelict warehouse. Smashed windows, boarded up windows, used as a urinal basically by anybody coming through. Nicholas Saunders was kind of an early travel blogger from the early 70s in his van, travelling the UK, writing an alternative travel guide. He also spent time at the Christiania community in Denmark, which you may have heard of. Very much about alternative lifestyle in the 70s. And he bought these original premises for $7,000 and wanted to set up a whole food shop that was cheap, efficient, and wouldn't make the customer feel uncomfortable because they couldn't recognise a mung bean. So that was his aim, is to make Whole Foods accessible, not the domain just of a single community. There's St. John Bakery over there. Something he would like himself, and he opened in November 1976 using bits and pieces from demolition sites and what have you. And the rest is history, really. It's obviously come on quite a lot since those times. Just look cute up that building. I just love the height of the buildings here as well. So 18th century. There's a lot of sort of rebuilding around the 18th century. And this was an area of massive slums, as I've said. I'm just going to turn around and give you a last view backwards. Oh, it's not as good as I thought, actually. But you can see everybody's here having pizza. We did try and go in there for pizza quite some time ago.
We did, yeah.
And we failed. They said there was a table ready in about an hour or something.
Yeah, we weren't going to make that.
No, we went to Chinatown instead.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a very short distance from here. Also, I think, look at this, Nouvelle Hôpital et Dispensaire Français up there. I was actually going to look for number 13, but I don't know where it is. Let's see what else we've got along here. This is it's number 6 over there. I probably walked past it. Brian Epstein, that was what I was looking for. I was on the exact spot I needed. Just catch that Porsche sec. Okay, so there it is. Another plaque. This isn't a blue plaque. This is Seven Dials Trust. And it says Brian Epstein, the Beatles manager and impresario, worked here 1963 to 1964. That was his management company, NEMS. And the plaque actually that you see was unveiled in September 2010 by Liverpool's darling and entertainer, the late Cilla Black, who was also signed with Brian's company and was actually his only female artist. So we'll just sort of come out of Seven Dials a bit here. Let me just see if I can show you. Yep, this is what I wanted to show you over the road here. Forbidden Planet, the cult entertainment megastore.
Oh, yes.
So if I ever do a walk with you here, I always show you Forbidden Planet.
I've been in there.
We've been in there a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because Lukey here does rather like all that kind of stuff, don't you?
Yeah,
So-
well, they actually sell gaming merch, and it's rare to come across a shop in London that sells merchandise for video games.
Absolutely.
I play a lot of video games. Big gamer.
So we were on Shaftesbury Avenue, and Shaftesbury Avenue actually was sort of dug up and put back together on the edge of Seven Dials, partly a slum management when things weren't really going that well for this area, and I'll get onto that. Right, let's head back along here, shall we? As I said, we're on Monmouth Street. We're going to sort of just wander up and down some of these streets now. Sunny, a lot of sunshine. Let's cross over. On the shady side of the street, this is Wildwood Kitchen. And then my gimbal broke. So the rest of this walk is a sort of slightly messy refilm. Back at Neal's yard, over there, you can see one of the old bale Bale carriers up there. Let's go this way. It's got Français above me there. Brasserie. French words like that. We are heading to the central dial of 7 dials, which is what broke my gimbal last time. Completely crashed it trying to make it go up and down, looking at the central dial. Here's Monmouth Coffee Company. That's been very well reviewed. Had Luke and I not gone to Fair Shot, which I've done a little video on, we were actually going to go into Monmouth Coffee Company and sit outside al fresco. As I said, it's supposed to be about 27 degrees today. Emin Paul Emin. Now here is the sundial at the centre. So you've got 6 sundials at the top, with the pillar itself being the 7th element of it. Thomas Neal commissioned England's leading stonemason Edward Pearce. Oh, by the way, there's always traffic. You can't stand here without traffic going all around the circle. To design and construct the sundial pillar as the centrepiece of his development in 7 dials. And it still really is the heart of the area. The identity sort of still seems to come from this. It was regarded as one of London's great public ornaments. It was actually torn down. So there are rumours, and some books repeat these rumours. Let me move on. Don't want to just stand in one spot. So it was actually pulled down. So we were just down there, and we're going to go back there shortly. So it was pulled down by order of the paving commissioners in 1773 in an attempt to rid the area of undesirables. Oh, it's not very nice about those poor people sitting there. No. 1773, pulled down to get rid of the undesirables who congregated around it. Although lots of books about London say it was pulled down by a mob looking for buried treasure. Not true. Not true. Okay. It was a public order issue. I think also it's partly to do with the redevelopment of some of the roads around here, Shaftesbury Avenue and things like that.
No.
Let's go down here, Mercer Street. No, let's go down Monmouth Street. Change my mind. Let's go down here.
Just before we close everything up.
It's always extremely busy around here. There's always a traffic jam. Lots of people eating out, shopping, things like that. And as I said, I always get lost as well. I'm looking at my walk plan thinking, is this where I wanted to be now? The Two Brewers pub. There is a massive brewery in the area. Oh, this is actually, this is where I wanted to be. Good, good to know. Jewellery shop there, getting a paint job. Let's go over here. Tatty Divine, jewellery handmade in Britain. Okay. Adorn the Common, which looks like art. So as I said, all sorts of teeny tiny shops and lorries and things putting stuff down. Let's go down here. We're almost back where we started, but we haven't finished the walk. Don't worry, it's not that short of a walk. So we have the Ordinary here, who are doing quite a good job of sort of selling that concept. Let's go back round here. On to Shelton Street. We are now on Upper St Martin's Lane.
We are lost.
We are on Shelton Street, and if you just look up there, you will see Sir John Gielgud, 1904 to 2000, actor, lived on this site, 1927 to 1935. So let's move along from this traffic jam and walk up here. Oh, can't get through, lorries unpacking. Always like this here, by the way, always like this. Nothing out of the ordinary as I stand in a queue of traffic. I can't get across. Okay, let's cross. Go. I love it around here because it's fairly unglamorous. There's the old print shop. Let me see if I can get across actually, because I like the old print shop here. Right, and Ching Court, we're going to look through the back of Ching Court. That's going to sound confusing, but you'll soon see what I mean. So here is the old print shop, and they've got these absolutely lovely things in the window here. Let me see what else I can show you. There we have this lovely picture. A view of Coombe Bank near Sevenoaks in Kent, the seat of the Right Honourable Lieutenant General Campbell. The Birmingham races, return list of the winning horses. Quite a coincidence, because today actually is massive race day. And when we came into Waterloo, there were loads of people in. Hats and suits off to the races. A Pineapple dance studio over there. On Shelton Street, the Woodyard Brewery. So we're on Shelton Street. The Woodyard Brewery was started in 1740. And over the next 100 years, so the Woodyard Brewery went for a good 100 years around here. There's another van coming, but I'm going to cross. Spread over most of the southern part of Seven Dials, which is where we are now. And there were bridges running overhead. If you have a look, can you see those great big pulleys and things? And this was all part of the brewery area. Ching were architectural ironmongers. So after its initial development, this area was really developed to copy Covent Garden as a popular residential upmarket area. Didn't last and became an area of massive poverty. But they're also like light industry and things like that, and I think the brewery was one element of that. That says the London Film School there. Just see up there through to Covent Garden. Pineapple up on the wall. Love the fact we've still got some references to the beer stuff. Beer Schenker. My best German. There you are, London Film School here. Entrance on Langley Street. As I said, the area did not establish itself in the way that Thomas Neal had hoped. Became very associated with poverty. There's lots of descriptions that you'll find online of what it was like here. John Keats, I think, is often quoted. So this is where we started the walk, and I said we would finish the walk here. We have not quite finished the walk, as I said. Generally get lost here. Let me just show you. I was telling you about the brewery. There, says it there. Old Brewer's Yard. And you could really feel that without a great van getting in your way. You could really feel that sense of old warehouse land here. But I think John Keats's description of this area as the last resort for the poor and the ill. He said, there's a red telephone box and Urban Outfitters. He said, where misery clings to misery, for a little warmth and want and disease lie down side by side and groan together. So that's a fairly grim description of this whole area. As we walk along Earlham Street, which was also, it was an extension of Covent Garden Market. I think it was flowers. I think there were a flower market on Earlham Street. So let's walk along here. There's a little place I want to show you. So I've mentioned that Thomas Neal, he was a a parliamentarian on 62 different parliamentary committees. He was groom porter to Charles II. I don't know what a groom porter is. And James II and William III, and Master of the Mint and of the Transfer Office. He was quite a guy. How was he going to raise money, Thomas Neal? Entrepreneur. So rentals for property used to be charged per foot of frontage. So the front of the property determined your rentals, not per square foot of interior. So to get round this, he came up with what was considered a rather ingenious design. This was submitted to Christopher Wren and got through, that you made a nice narrow frontage. Look at this, nice narrow frontage. And back in the day, every single one of these corners had a pub on it. So if you had a nice narrow frontage at the front, you put all your rental at the back. And that yielded you a nice big return on your investment. So it was a very special design. And they had at least 311 houses in here, an estate church, and more rental income than that yielded by the squares, which were then the fashion. So it was his way, by the way, just getting as much money as he could. Let's cross over here. And the first inhabitants were respectable gentlemen, lawyers, prosperous tradesmen. But once Neal got rid of his investment, the area became increasingly commercialised. Houses were subdivided, converted into shops, lodgings and factories. And the area then did not establish itself and fell into poverty. As I said, the cellars and vaults connected in the basement, supposedly between these pubs, provided handy escape routes should the need arise. So as I said, each of these endpoints would have been a pub, and supposedly with some basements interconnecting them. It's funny how that one there looks so modern, isn't it? Matilda, I suppose, looks a little bit scruffy with that frontage on it. So yeah, lots and lots of redevelopment over the years. I'll just wait to see where that lorry's going. Right, let's cross here. Straight back up to Leicester Square if we want to go that way. And I'm going to show you somewhere rather cute. There we are, we were just down there. Other views, other vistas. Let's go down here. This place, Apple Butter, always has a queue. I don't know why. Anyone tell me why Apple Butter always has a queue? But let's cross over. There's a cute little spot I want to show you. Don't go to lunch at places that have queues. Who's got the time? Life's too short. All these little alleyways through here. Do see my alleyways walk. Pierre Hermé, macarons and chocolat. Pub. But we are going through here. Where are you going? This looks private, I hear you saying. And right in the middle, out of the blue, we have this private little courtway. Isn't it adorable?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like it here. And last time we were here, when my gimbal broke, did so much filming here. Not one bit of it made it off the gimbal. People were having their lunch. See, we've got these lovely little flowers, all blooming beautifully. And as I said, nice little seats. And it's just a lovely little courtyard, just right in the middle of everything. You wouldn't know where you are if nobody told you, I don't think. So we absolutely love it in here. Nice spot to come with a sandwich. Lovely. Anyway, that was our surprise little location for you. So we leave Ching Court. A quiet square. There we are. Let's come back out. We were just down there, getting stuck in traffic. We're going to head back this way now. And with that, I will bring this walk to an end. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that walk around Seven Dials. Just a quick walk around. I still got lost, of course I did. I'm heading off to Leicester Square now. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.